Good Tuesday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top news stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window as we always do to start off the newscast. And what a dramatic shot today. Isn't that a beautiful look down at the Wenatchee Valley from our Wenatchee Heights cross camera provided by Localtel and Sky-Fi Tower Camera? And what a shot today of some mid and high level clouds. We talked about that this morning on our website being a possibility for our weather today, but boy, it really didn't keep our temperatures down much. Highs all around north central Washington, right around the 70-degree mark. And I'll tell you what, the weather's going to stay pretty nice. We do have a weak cold front that's going to move through tonight, and that will affect our weather, especially as we get into Wednesday. Not so much rain showers here in north central Washington. Most of the wet stuff will be in extreme eastern Washington. We will see more clouds, though, tomorrow than we did today, and that'll keep our temperatures down somewhat. Thursday the same, and then on Friday and through the weekend, things look fantastic, and we'll have your complete weather forecast coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. An East Wenatchee man who shot and killed his mother's abusive boyfriend 11 and a half years ago is free after pleading guilty to the crime on Monday. The Alpenhof fire, burning just south of Leavenworth, reached about 14 acres in size now in the steep terrain along Icicle Road. And builders are taking advantage of a Douglas County rule that allows home construction, even though Governor Jay Inslee's office says it's the wrong approach during a pandemic. But first, we begin tonight. Douglas County recorded its first COVID-19 death in the latest numbers reported by the Chelan-Douglas Health District. The man who died was a resident at Bonaventure Senior Care in East Wenatchee and had underlying health issues, according to the facility. The number of Douglas County people testing positive jumped from 16 to 27 in the latest count. Meanwhile, Chelan County had an increase of 5 cases from 55 to 60. 5 people have died from the coronavirus in Chelan County. The health district provided a breakdown of the deaths by age over the weekend, with all of fatalities age 80 or older. Those numbers do not include the Douglas County case. Wenatchee and East Wenatchee have the most positive cases in their counties, though the health district reports the virus has hit almost every area of each county. Hispanics have accounted for the most cases by ethnic breakdown, with 47% of the positive cases in the 2 counties. An East Wenatchee man who shot and killed his mother's abusive boyfriend 11 and a half years ago is free after pleading guilty to the crime on Monday. Christopher Martin Owens has been in jail or prison ever since the 2008 killing of Rick Tyler. His first trial ended in a hung jury. His second one was overturned on appeal. Owens was scheduled for a third trial this June, but instead agreed to plead guilty to second-degree murder in exchange for release with credit for time served. He's likely to face no more prison time when Douglas County Judge Brian Huber sentences him. It's coming up 2 months from now. Owens admitted killing the 47-year-old Tyler, who had physically abused Owens' mother and came to her home that night in spite of a restraining order. Owens said he shot Tyler twice to defend her. Well, the Alpenhof fire, burning just south of Leavenworth, reached about 14 acres in size in the steep terrain along Icicle Road. Firefighters with the State Department of Natural Resources estimated containment this morning at about 40%, with favorable conditions to make further progress. The fire broke out Sunday afternoon near residential homes on Wedgeview Drive. It was first driven by gusty winds, but has since slowed down as hand crews and helicopters work to build a perimeter. No structures have been lost. Well, builders are taking advantage of a Douglas County rule that allows home construction, even though Governor Jay Inslee's office says it's the wrong approach during a pandemic. County commissioners are allowing work to proceed on residential projects that already have sales agreements and permits in place, despite the governor's stay home, stay healthy order. Douglas County Administrator Jim Barker says so far 85 different commercial building projects have received county waivers to continue work. The governor's office warns the county rule is based on a misinterpretation of his executive orders, which commanded a halt to commercial construction and other businesses deemed non-essential. Well, coming up next in legislative action earlier today, airports around Washington will receive $310 million in grants, and Pangbourne is one of them. Chelan County Commissioners have amended the emergency order they put out last week banning vacation rentals. Aside from social distancing, there's a different curve you can help bend. It's the U.S. Census. And vintage car lovers can blame coronavirus for this one. The Classy Chassis Parade is off for 2020. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
When it comes to finding a memory care community, you want the very best. You want to know that your loved one is safe and receiving compassionate care in a loving environment. Fieldstone Memory Care is an innovative assisted living community designed for those with Alzheimer's, dementia, and Parkinson's disease. You'll find a community specifically designed to enrich residents' lives. The Fieldstone team is here to help you navigate the important decisions you face when a loved one has dementia or Alzheimer's. Welcome home to Fieldstone.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
Hi, this is Brian Snyder with BlackRock Asphalt Services here in Wenatchee, your local BlackRock Seal Coat company. Have you looked at your driveway or parking lot lately? Is it gray and oxidized? Does it have cracks that have not been taken care of? Or do you have striping that is pretty much non-existent? Please give us a call locally here, 509-665-9769. Learn more at BlackRockAsphaltSealCoating.com.
Welcome back. In another news, Pangbourne Memorial Airport can expect some federal aid after its traffic was devastated by COVID-19. Senator Maria Cantwell announced today the regional airport will receive just over $18 million. The aid comes as part of the federal CARES Act, designed to take the sting out of the economic troubles caused by the virus. Passenger volume has collapsed at airports all around the country. Pangbourne recently reduced its traffic to and from Seattle from 3 flights a day down to 1. Altogether, Washington airports will receive more than $310 million from the federal government. SeaTac International gets $192 million. Chelan County Commissioners have amended the emergency order they put out last week, banning vacation rentals. The amendment clarifies language in the order, which was aimed at reducing travel and cutting the spread of COVID-19 into and from the county. Among other things, the new language makes it a gross misdemeanor to violate the order, with penalties up to $5,000 in fines and just under a year in jail. It remains in effect until at least May 4th. Well, aside from social distancing, there's a different curve you can help bend. Right now, North Central Washington is far behind the rest of the state and the country in answering the U.S. Census. 53% of Washingtonians and almost 48% of all Americans have responded to the 10-year population count. Only about 40% of people in Chelan County have done so, 43% in Douglas, and 36% in Grant County. Okanagan County is the most unresponsive county in Washington at just under 23%. You've got just over a month to voluntarily self-respond to the census online at 2020census.gov or by a toll-free number or a paper questionnaire. Well, vintage car lovers can blame coronavirus for this one too. The Classy Chassis Parade is off for 2020. The East Wenatchee celebration, scheduled for May 1st and 2nd, runs in tandem with the Apple Blossom Festival every year. But Apple Blossom is postponed too until the COVID-19 emergency is over. East Wenatchee says it still has high hopes to carry on with its next scheduled festival, the Wings and Wheels celebration. That's scheduled to begin on October 2nd. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's features story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Stay with us.
Traditional values and innovation in honoring the life of each family we serve is part of the ministry of Heritage Memorial Chapel. Our staff is committed to walk with your family with compassion through this time of grief. We are here to help and here to serve, the right kind of help when you need it most. Heritage Memorial Chapel.
Aging and Adult Care offers many in-home care options and services for seniors and family caregivers. But did you know they also offer free in-home delivered meals? Aging and Adult Care has expanded its program for home-delivered meals to help elderly and vulnerable adults at this challenging time. If you are in need of prepared meals or know someone who could benefit, call Aging and Adult Care for more information about free home-delivered meals. Call 509-886-0700.
AC Checker has new owners who put customer service first. When you have to get there on time, call fast, friendly, reliable AC Checker, 663-TAXI. AC Checker has the industry's only on-time or it's free guarantee. Conditions apply. Call AC Checker, 663-TAXI to schedule your cab or schedule online at acchecker.com. Call American Classic Taxi, 663-TAXI. That's 663-8294.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. A hedge caught fire Monday afternoon at a home on Batterman Road near Rock Island, setting flames, shooting high in the air and damaging the nearby home. The cause of that fire is under investigation. Douglas County Fire District 1 Public Information Officer Kay McKellar said firefighters first thought they were responding to a brush fire, but soon found out otherwise.
The department responded to a report of a brush fire with flames showing in the air, about 20 feet high flames. Turned out, and the homeowner was trying to put some water on it. It was an arborvitae hedge that was on fire about 75 feet from the residence. According to one of the captains, the fire was knocked down, but it did cause some exterior damage to the structure, a broken window, and no one was injured, and they just spent some time mopping up, getting the arborvitae put out.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. Before we get to those details, though, why not take a look outside our beautiful weather window from this afternoon, and a few clouds out there, mid-level, and then some higher level clouds behind those in the beautiful Wenatchee Valley. Looking down from the cross camera up on Wenatchee Heights, and thank you to Sky5 for providing these beautiful shots that we use every day here on the Evening News. What a gorgeous day. Temperatures well above where we should be for this time of year. Unofficially in Wenatchee, how about that? 72 degrees at Pangbourne Airport. 62 is normal, so we blew by that today. 43 was our low this morning. Normal is 40 degrees. What a day. If you remember it, back in 1988. 83 degrees, our record high. 31's our record low. That was set in 1982. Sunrise this morning, 6:13, and the sun will set. We're creeping up to 8 o'clock tonight at 7:50. Let's take a peek at now at how your Hump Day Wednesday weather will shape up. And I'll tell you what, if you like the weather today, you'll love tomorrow too, except a little bit cooler and a little bit cloudier for our Wednesday forecast. 67 in Moses Lake, also Ephrata, mid-60s for Quincy and Wenatchee. See 64 in Cashmere. So as you can see, about 5 degrees or so cooler than our temperatures today. That's mainly because more clouds will roll in, and we'll show you why right now as we take a look at our surface loop. And a weak cold front will begin to move through tonight. That'll kick up some windy conditions. We've been seeing those throughout the day today as well. That's really the only downer of our weather today, a little bit breezy. There is some moisture riding the back side of this ridge, and here's our ridge of high pressure. So that means the Spokane area could see a little bit of the wet stuff tonight. For Wednesday, a little more wind. That will mainly be to our east, but we could see it here in the Wenatchee area, 10 to 15 miles an hour. More moisture riding down the east side of that ridge. So if you're traveling to Spokane, you might run into a little rain shower activity for Wednesday. And then by Thursday, a warming trend begins. We'll see sunny skies and calm wind for Thursday. Look at all the clear skies for Washington, Oregon, and that even extends down to Northern California for Friday, where we will see temperatures easily into the 70s on Friday here in north central Washington. Notice all of central and eastern Washington, a nice warm up as we get into our Friday. A few 40s in the Rocky Mountain states. That'll linger into Saturday as well. Notice the oranges moving in now on Saturday. That indicates close to 80-degree temperatures. We'll see that in the Tri-Cities on Saturday. Not quite that warm here. Same goes for Sunday. Mostly sunny, unseasonably warm. We'll see temperatures lower to mid-70s as we kick off our weekend. On Sunday, the same thing. Sunshine and warm temperatures. Monday, a few more clouds. You can see a frontal system will begin to move in. Rain showers to our west. Also some rain showers to our east. The good news is we will still stay on the warm side with temperatures on Monday into the 70s, with most of the precipitation back into western Washington. Let's take a look now at your Patriot Plumbing, Heating and Cooling 7-day forecast. Tonight, very mild with 43 our overnight low. You can see the next couple of days as that cold front moves through and the windy conditions move in a little bit cooler. 66 on Wednesday. Calm winds though for Thursday. It should be a nice one with sunny skies. And there's that warm up as we get into the upcoming weekend. Partly cloudy, 71 for Friday, 70 on Saturday, and we'll stay warm on Sunday and into Monday under partly cloudy to mostly sunny skies. High temperatures then in the lower 70s. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
You love to help others. You need a solid career. You can have it all with help from Charter College. Our 10-month medical assistant program prepares you to work in healthcare settings like physician offices, rehab centers, and clinics. You'll learn to take patient vitals, assist with exams, administer injections, and maintain medical records. When you're ready to launch a rewarding healthcare career, visit chartercollege.edu, because we work to get you to work.
When it comes to finding a memory care community, you want the very best. You want to know that your loved one is safe and receiving compassionate care in a loving environment. Fieldstone Memory Care is an innovative assisted living community designed for those with Alzheimer's, dementia, and Parkinson's disease. You'll find a community specifically designed to enrich residents' lives. The Fieldstone team is here to help you navigate the important decisions you face when a loved one has dementia or Alzheimer's. Welcome home to Fieldstone.
Hi, this is Brian Snyder with BlackRock Asphalt Services here in Wenatchee, your local BlackRock seal coat company. Have you looked at your driveway or parking lot lately? Is it gray and oxidized? Does it have cracks that have not been taken care of? Or do you have striping that is pretty much non-existent? Please give us a call locally here, 509-665-9769. Learn more at blackrockasphaltsealcoating.com.
With TV advertising, what we want to do is more deeply connect with the community.
People spot me in different parts around North Central, Costco and Wenatchee, say, hey, you're the pizza guy. And so they wouldn't know that if it weren't for the TV commercials we've done.
We've been here so long that people already know who we are and what we do, but to have that image flash on their television screen as opposed to just hearing it on the radio or seeing it in the newspaper, I just love the fact that we can actually put our finger on when a customer comes in and says, I saw your ad.
It's becoming increasingly difficult in this digital age to know where are your customers listening or watching, because I watch all the different channels that they watch too, like Cooking Channel, History Channel, and so it was wonderful to be able to be on there.
I would say that if you want to do business in Wenatchee, then you should connect with the people of Wenatchee, and there's no better way to do that than with NCWLIFE.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Tuesday, staying home and staying healthy. I'm Eric Granstrom on the NCWLIFE channel. Here's sports news. Officials with Wenatchee Valley Super Oval have announced the Leonard Evans 150 event for the Northwest Super Late Model Series, along with supporting classes that were scheduled for April 25th, have been postponed. After discussion with the Northwest Super Late Model Series officials, the hope is to have the Wenatchee 200 scheduled for May 23rd now be a sanctioned event and be named the Wenatchee 200, presented by Leonard Evans. WVSO continues to monitor the situation with the hope of starting the race season in mid-May. All practices have been canceled at least until May 5th. Fans and drivers are asked to monitor the latest on the website at WVSO.com or just search up WVSO on Facebook. Well, to help compensate for the lost NCAA distribution and added expenditures caused by the coronavirus outbreak, Washington State University announced multiple cost containment measures on Monday. WSU football coach Nick Rolovich, men's basketball coach Kyle Smith, Director of Athletics Pat Chun, and President Kirk Schultz will all take 5% salary reductions through the end of the upcoming school year. Other efforts taken by the school to cut expenses include a freeze on season tickets prices for all sports and a freeze in the price of student sports passes for the next school year. The article in the Spokesman Review also quotes the athletic director Chun as saying a little less than half of the school's senior athletes, spring athletes, have expressed interest in returning to compete in the 2021 season. The 8-team XFL Football League announced last week it was suspending operations and terminating all employees. Now they've filed for Chapter 11. Despite the shutdown, Seattle Dragons coach Jim Zorn told the Seattle Times that he has not given up on the league. He said, quote, "I hope it continues on, and I think everybody does. Right now, there is no real way to have an emotion about it. For me, it's just a matter of continuing to go plan as though we're going to continue," end quote. The Dragons were 1-4 at the time the league suspended games back in March and were leading the league in attendance with an average of over 25,000 fans at 2 games at CenturyLink Field. XFL had its first go-around in 2001 and again here in 2020. Considerable speculation that Vince McMahon's league is done and gone for good. Well, at the conclusion of the Seahawks season, Russell Wilson and his wife Sierra announced that they were expecting their second child together. Now they've gone back to social media and were on their Twitter page earlier today to announce a gender reveal.
All right, so what do you guys want it to be?
I want to be a boy.
What do you want, Sienna?
You want a girl?
Okay.
Well, what
do you want it to be?
You know what I want it to be. What you want it to be. Plus,
whatever God has for us. All right, here we go. You guys.
3, 2, 1.
Woo! Look, what color is it? Blue.
It's a boy. Yeah!
It's a boy. It's a boy.
Wilson and Sierra have a daughter, Sienna, who was born during the draft 3 years ago. Wilson is the stepfather of Sierra's son, future Zaire, and now the family will be 5 with the addition of a boy. Congratulations to the Wilsons. Well, even though the turkey season is not going to begin tomorrow, as was scheduled here in the state of Washington, I found a video that I thought turkey hunters might enjoy. This actually took place last fall. A gentleman by the name of Jay Hall was in a tree stand deer hunting when he was joined by an unexpected guest. Well, don't forget that tonight, NCWLIFE Sports presents the best games of our past. Starts with a volleyball match from Eastmont and Wenatchee from 2016. Leanne Branham and I had the call back in that October date in 2016. Turned out to be a classic at Eastmont High School. Be sure and watch for that tonight at 7 o'clock. With sports news, I'm Eric Granstrom on the NCWLIFE channel. Grant, back to you.
Thank you, Eric. I love that turkey video. Well, gas prices are approaching $2 a gallon here in the Wenatchee Valley at several locations as prices at the pump continue to plunge throughout the nation. A combination of record low oil prices and dramatic drops in travel during the COVID-19 pandemic has gas selling for less than $1 a gallon in several states. GasBuddy.com, whose users chart prices throughout the country, reports the cheapest gas in Washington is being sold right here in central Washington, with 3 stations in Cle Elum at $1.25 a gallon, followed by 2 stations in Quincy, one at $1.33 and the other at $1.35 a gallon. Prices in the Wenatchee area had been in the $2.80 a gallon range just a month ago. Now let's check in with Dan Kuntz for a look at what's coming up tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thank you very much, Grant. Tomorrow, I'm going to have a guest on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley via Skype. I'll be talking to Erin Cass. She's teamed up with the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center to put together the Aging Mastery program. We'll learn about that with Erin via Skype on tomorrow's Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Also, I got curious, Grant, on how the term anchorman came to be in the world of broadcasting. So I looked it up, and Webster's defines anchor as a device of metal attached to a ship or boat by cable and then cast overboard to hold it in a particular place by means of a fluke that digs into the bottom. So that clears that up. Join me tomorrow at 7 a.m. for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley live from this very studio. Grant, back to you.
Thanks, Dan. You know what? Somebody's got to keep you anchored. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-NCWL. That's 888-6295. I also want to wish a special welcome back to my editor, producer, and director, Uriah Darby, who's been home for the last couple of weeks self-quarantining from COVID-19. Great to have you back, Uriah. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us. Have a great night.
Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
Traditional values and innovation in honoring the life of each family we serve is part of the ministry of Heritage Memorial Chapel. Our staff is committed to walk with your family with compassion through this time of grief. We are here to help and here to serve, the right kind of help when you need it most. Heritage Memorial Chapel.
Aging and Adult Care offers many in-home care options and services for seniors and family caregivers. But did you know they also offer free in-home delivered meals? Aging and Adult Care has expanded its program for home-delivered meals to help elderly and vulnerable adults at this challenging time. If you are in need of prepared meals or know someone who could benefit, call Aging and Adult Care for more information about free home-delivered meals. Call 509-886-0700.
This is Caitlin Hedershe, the producer of the NCWLIFE magazine. Each week, I'm bringing you a look behind the scenes of the faces, places, and events that make North Central Washington the place we call home. Tune in every weekday for an in-depth look at a new topic each week. From local artists in their studios to businesses breaking barriers that might surprise you and everything in between. Join me on the NCWLIFE magazine right here on the NCWLIFE channel.